Give me 7 minutes. If you open your MacBook and ask ChatGPT how to automate your business, actually automate a few emails, install a chatbot, think you're adopting AI, you need to wake up. Here's how multi-million-dollar companies are scaling to $1 billion and more using AI. These companies are writing their own internal software. They are building their own agents. They are connecting APIs and creating systems that no one else in the industry has. This video is probably going to make you uncomfortable because what I'm about to tell you changes everything about how you should be thinking about AI. I build AI for a living, and the way I think about AI is completely different from the way you see on LinkedIn or YouTube. Everyone out there is teaching you how to use AI. Nobody is teaching you how to think about AI. And the difference between these two things is the difference between businesses that reach B status or file for bankruptcy. I don't want this video to sound doom and gloom, but that could be your reality 2 years from now. You don't need to buy AI. You need to hire it. Stop thinking about AI as a software you purchase. Think about it as an employee you hire. When you hire a person, you do not throw them into the office and say, figure it out. You give them a job description. You train them on your process. You measure their performance and you promote them or let them go. AI is the same thing. The moment you start treating it like a team member instead of a subscription, everything changes. For example, we have an AI voice agent named Mark. Mark is onboarded with our property details. We trained Mark to qualify leads. And now Mark books viewings and appointments at 3 a.m. while the whole team is sleeping. In the past, every business owner was looking for that star employee, that one person that closes all deals, solves problems, and runs the whole show. Those people are still the most important people in your company. Actually, they will be the only people left because AI is about to handle everything else. AI should not just save your time, it should make you money. The way most people evaluate AI is wrong. They ask, does this save me time? That is the wrong question. Time saving means nothing if it doesn't convert to revenue. The right question is, does this AI system increase revenue or reduce the cost of something that was eating profit? For example, if your AI voice agent saves you 3 hours per day of phone calls but does not increase the number of qualified viewings booked, it is not working. The measure is revenue impact, not convenience. Start measuring it per revenue system. If the system does not tie back to money, either fix it or kill it. Stop buying software, start building it. This is the reframe that changes the trajectory of your business for the next 10 years. Most businesses are paying for dozens of SaaS tools that do 80% of what they need and charge premium price for it. The world is shifting to a model where businesses build their own internal tools, using AI and APIs not because it is trendy, because it is cheaper, faster, and fits perfectly. An API is basically where you have two separate systems that can talk each other and feed off the back of each other so they can achieve a certain task. For example, your CRM is an API. The voice agent Mark is another API. So Mark, the API, our API, talks to our CRM and then it feeds off the information and then it sends back information to it. For example, when it starts the phone call, it records that it started the phone call with the client. So it updates the field in the CRM where it says, has this customer been contacted? It will say yes because they picked up the phone. And at the end of the phone call, it will update the field where it says the transcript. And after it puts the transcript, it will update when is the appointment booked for this specific lead on the CRM and the calendar, the Google Calendar. So these three things are working together, the Google Calendar, the AI agent, and your CRM. That's basically what an API is. By 2028, most of the expensive software businesses will not exist because the businesses that learned how to build their own will cancel every subscription. APIs are the next infrastructure layer. Businesses that understand this now will have a cost advantage that everyone else cannot touch. This is not about being a developer or knowing how to code. AI can write the code for you. The skill is knowing what to build and how to build. That is a business decision, not a technical one. Reframe 4. AI does not replace people, it exposes underperformers. Everyone says that AI will not replace you. This is half true. AI will not replace the people who are actually good at their job, but it will make it painfully obvious who was costing you when you bring AI into a business. When you bring AI into a business, performance becomes visible. The person who was hiding behind busy work suddenly has nothing to hide behind. The person who was making an excuse about follow-up suddenly sees the AI doing it faster and better. That is uncomfortable, but it is the truth. People who resist AI in your team are not resisting technology. They are resisting being compared to something faster, cheaper, and more consistent than they are. Your star employee will not resist. They will build with it and they will become 10 times more valuable because of it. Reframe 5. Everyone will have access to AI. Your MOAT right now is your risk tolerance. In 2 years, every business will have an AI running somewhere in their operation. That is not a prediction. That is just the direction everything is moving. So having an AI will not be an advantage. it will be normal. The advantage will belong to the businesses that took risk right now and built their own systems, their own agents, their own internal tools, custom software that fills their business like a glove, not off-shelf products that are designed for the average company. It's risky because leaks are still happening and no one really understands how this works on a deeper level. The businesses that build with AI cannot be copied because what they build does not exist on an app store. It was not made by a vendor. It was made by their own team for their business with their data. That is the MOT that no competitor can cross by just buying a subscription. Here's the simplest way I can say this. If you are chatting with AI, you are doing what everyone else is doing. If you are automating with AI, you are doing what most businesses are doing. But if you are building with AI, you are doing what almost 0.5% of businesses are doing. That's your leverage now. If you find value in this video, please like and subscribe. That's the most I'll ask from you. Peace.